Hi and welcome back to another video of this Hermetic Principle series. Today basically I'm going to cover the third Hermetic Principle, which is the Principle of Vibration. Previously we covered the first principle, which was the Principle of Mentalism. Just to give you a quick overview, that was the principle that states all is mind, the universe is mental in nature. In the second principle of correspondence, we covered as above, so below, as below, so above. And we talked about the patterns and correspondence between different planes of existence. Today, we talk about the principle of vibration. So, nothing rests and everything moves, everything vibrates. Quoted from the Kybalion. This basically suggests to us that everything in the universe is in constant motion at various frequencies. Now, today I'm going to go a little bit more in depth about this. We are going to touch on topics of science as well. Of course, the baby-aged science, as it were. I say baby-aged because it's relatively catching up to these ancient teachings and spiritual concepts, which have been around for thousands and thousands of years before science even knew it was science. But for the satisfaction of those that are a bit more skeptical and basically reference everything to science, and I will include it, okay? I will include it. Of course, you must remember that science is controlled studies to produce a certain outcome. So, of course, you can find a study on anything and prove your point. But I'm going to make it make sense, basically. All right, let's get into it. So, everything in the universe is in motion, right? The Hermetic Principle of Vibration reveals that nothing rests and everything vibrates. When we understand this universal law, we can control our mental state, influence our environment, and ultimately, just transform our life. So from the smallest particle to the largest galaxy, everything is in constant motion. This movement or vibration differentiates matter, energy, and even thought. The principle of vibration teaches us that these vibrations are what shape our reality and influence our experiences. Now, scientific research supports the idea that vibrations are fundamental to existence. Like in quantum mechanics, particles exhibit wave-like properties, meaning that even at the atomic level, everything is in motion. For instance, electrons oscillate billions of times per second, while heavier particles like protons vibrate at even higher frequencies. This oscillation is not limited to the subatomic level. Molecules, cells, and even entire biological systems have their own vibrational frequencies. The effects of sound vibration on human health have been studied in depth, particularly in relation to low frequency sound. This was research done by Bartle and Mossaber, which identifies various mechanisms by which sound vibration, particularly in the range of 1 to 250 Hertz, affects the human body. They categorize these responses into physiological, neurological, and musculoskeletal effects. For example, whole body vibration can stimulate endothelial cells and promote muscle reflexes, while vibroacoustic therapy has shown promise in nerve stimulation and pain relief. These findings are particularly relevant in the context of music therapy, where sound and vibration are applied as therapeutic tools. Vibrations are also at the heart of panpsychism, the philosophical theory suggesting that all matter has some level of consciousness. This theory proposes that as matter becomes more complex, so does its level of consciousness. Biological organisms, with their intricate structures and faster information exchange, demonstrate more advanced levels of awareness than simpler objects like rocks, which vibrate more slowly. The resonance theory of consciousness builds on this, suggesting that shared resonances among vibrating entities result in higher levels of consciousness with larger and more complex structures leading to greater awareness. On a personal level, and this is where it's juicy, where it actually becomes more relatable. So on a more personal level of all of this, understanding vibration can help you essentially master your life. Have you ever noticed how some days you feel unstoppable while on others you're stuck in a rut? It's all about your internal vibration. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions vibrate at different frequencies, influencing your mood and your circumstances. To change your life, you must first change your vibration. Higher vibrations like joy, love, peace, bliss, content, abundance, prosperity attract positive experiences. On the other hand, lower vibrations such as fear, anger, doubt tend to draw in negativity. Now there is a debate around there, so don't get too caught up in the complexities of what I mentioned about higher vibrations, lower vibrations. It's all a polarity. So essentially, scientific data supports this principle. Just as low frequency sound can stimulate cellular activity, high frequency emotions like gratitude and love can positively affect your well-being. Studies even suggest that healthy human bodies resonate at specific frequencies, and by consciously elevating your vibration through meditation, creative activities, and things like connecting with nature, you can harmonize with these frequencies. Ancient civilizations, particularly in Egypt, understood the power of vibration. By mastering the universal principle, they were able to influence not only their minds, but also the world around them, achieving remarkable feats. Now, bear in mind, we are talking about ancient Egypt. We're talking about Kemet. We're talking about prior to, the recent, over the last, 1,000 years. We're talking about older. We're talking about possibly Atlantis. We're talking about these types. I'm talking about old, ancient Kemet. We're talking about that. Not Atlantis, but of course Kemet. So, let me continue before I continue on the tangent. So they were able to essentially influence the world around them and achieve many great things, as there is still evidence. Today, we can harness the knowledge in more modern ways. For example, we use sound therapy, meditation, and mindful practices to align ourselves with high vibrations. So, in the essence of all of this, vibration isn't just about mood or mindset. It's a universal principle governing every aspect of existence, from the physical to the mental and spiritual. Everything is connected through vibration. So when we align our frequency with the energy of our goals and desires, we can much easier manifest success, happiness, and fulfillment. And just as the Hermetic teachings remind us, it says, "He who understands the principle of vibration has grasped the scepter of power." So, moving forward, remember that your thoughts and emotions are very, very valid forms of energy that ultimately shape your reality. Thank you for listening, and I will see you next week for the 4th Hermetic Principle. Thank you, and have a lovely life and a lovely week and a lovely day always.